Hello guys, this is Shinley Good here with another Battlefield 3 weapon review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the M417. Now, as most of you guys know, the M417 was released with the Close Quarters DLC, and it's a semi-auto sniper, which means that you can find it under the recon. First off, I'm going to start by answering a simple but yet not so simple question that I keep getting. And the question is the M417 the best semi-auto sniper in the game? And my answer to that question is yes, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys why. Well, I'm gonna pull up my my SimTig chart here that I took a screenshot of, and I want you guys to pay attention to three guns: the SKS, the M39, and the M417. Now, keep in mind that I arranged these guns in terms of the gun with the highest rate of fire. And you guys are probably like, wait, why the hell would you be looking at the rate of fires? Well, point is, if a gun shoots one bullet at a time, it doesn't really matter how fast it shoots. The point is, it's always going to be more accurate than an automatic gun and a burst fire gun. I didn't say it's going to be better, I just said it's going to be more accurate, okay? Now let's take a look at the SKS. The SKS has a rate of fire of 333 rounds per minute, has a maximum damage of 43, minimum of 27, and it has a magazine of 21 rounds. Now let's take a look at the recoil. Okay, look at the numbers. Those are relatively low compared to a single fire shot. So I mean that's pretty good recoil. Okay. Okay, let's go down to the M39. The M39 has a maximum of 50. That's 7 more than the SKS. Minimum of 37.5. That's 10.5 more than the SKS. And keep in mind that the bullets, the minimum damage of the M39 is at 70 meters. While that of the SKS it's at 60 meters. So clearly the M39 is better in terms of range, but when it comes to close quarters, the SKS is actually pretty good because you have that ammo count, and the recoil is actually kind of better. Okay. Now let's take a look at the M39's recoil. Okay. I mean, you look at it, it's 1.2 up, 0.2 to the left, and 0.2 to the right, and it's not really that bad, but the SKS is actually better in terms of muzzle climb. Okay, but it's not it's not that bad. All right, so let's look at the M417. The M417 has a maximum damage of 50, a minimum of 37.5. Now that's the same as the M39. That's basically the best damage a semi-auto sniper can have. Now let's look at the magazine count. 21 bullets. What did the M39 have? It had 11. The SKS had 21, but let's go back to the damage. That's 43. The M417 is 7 more than that. The M417 is also 10.5 more than the minimum damage of the SKS. The M417 also has a minimum bullet drop of 70 meters. That's when your bullet damage stops dropping. Okay. Now let's look at the recoil. 1.15. That's better than the M39. It's worse than the SKS, but it's not that bad. I mean, this is relatively easy recoil to control. Okay. Now let's look at the side to side. Negative 0.05 and 0.25. That's better than the SKS, and that's also better than the M39. I mean, what's stopping you from using this gun? Because every single of the semi-auto sniper is shitty. The MK11, it's not that good in terms of the ammo capacity. It's, you can say it has the same damage, but when it comes to ammo capacity with the M417, you don't have to reload as much as you do. Okay, now basically the battle is between the M417 and the SKS, but the M417 really just crushes it because of not only does it have a better recoil and the same ammo capacity, it also does 7 more maximum damage I should say, and 10.5 more minimum damage. So I mean, this is a pretty good deal here you're getting, and I'm not sure if DICE had this in mind, but the M417 is actually a beast semi-auto sniper rifle. Okay, so that's my proof, guys. I mean, if you guys see something that I missed, you can let me know in the comments. But for me, I think this is pretty much a done deal here. Now let's talk about the attachments. Which attachments are best for the M417? For me, I like using the laser sights and the 4x ACOG scope. You guys are probably like, wait, why the hell are you doing that? Why not a Cobra sight or some other crap like that? Now, a trick people don't really understand is that when you're using a sniper rifle, you notice that a lot of people keep putting zoom optics on them because they know it's a single fire gun, and if they miss a bullet, they're probably screwed. So they keep, you know, putting the zoom optics so they can see where the bullets are gonna hit, and they want to get that headshot to that guy, you know, cause so you can drop that guy with one bullet. Now the same thing factors in for semi-auto sniper, because it's semi-auto doesn't mean that you could just put a Cobra on it and you can go ahead and get a shitload of kills. It doesn't work that way, because with single fire guns, the trick is if your bullets start dropping and you can't tell when they're dropping, you're in trouble, because then you can't really make full use of the gun, because your bullets are dropping, and with a Cobra sight you can't really tell when that's happening. But with the zoom optics, you can see the perfect position of the guy you're about to shoot, and you could tell whether you should aim above him, below him, or aim right at his chest or something. You know, that's why I use an AKX scope, because at the same time the AKX scope allows me to make medium to long range shots, and still doesn't you know, kill my my ability to kill people that are right in front of me. You know, I can still do that just fine, because when I scope in with it, I can still see people who are around me. You know, but with the 8 times or the 12 times, there's a huge black circle around your cursor. You can't really tell if someone is standing right next to you. But with the ACOG, you can do that, and you know, you still don't lose your ability to tell when your bullets are dropping, and you know when to readjust. All right. So why the laser sight? Okay. Well, with the laser sight, I could pretty much hip fire any son of a bitch that shows up in my face. Right? Because people don't understand that recons should be feared. Okay. A very good recon is as deadly as it gets, because these guns have a really high damage, and 2 bullets is all you need to kill one person. So with a laser sight, if you don't panic and you keep your cool and don't miss a lot, I mean, you're golden, you know. I don't use a foregrip on this gun because, as most of you guys know, the foregrip helps you with your hip fire, but it actually does increase the minimum spread of your gun when you aim down your sights. So given that with the M417 you're gonna be doing a lot of aiming down sights, I don't think it's a good idea to have a foregrip on it. Plus, it's not an automatic gun; it's a single fire gun. So the only thing you really have to be worried about is your muzzle climb. And I mean, with the M417, it doesn't really have that much, so it's not a problem. It's not something that you should be worried about, because when it comes to accuracy, the single fire sniper rifles are basically the best when it comes to accuracy. Okay, so that's basically my attachment setup. And I think I forgot something about the reload, the reload times of these guns. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull back up this chart here, and I want you guys to also take a look at the reload times of the M417 compared to the SKS and the M39.
Gotcha.
Okay, basically it beats them. You know, I mean, you have 1.80, 2.40, and 0.80. I'm not really sure as to which one does these numbers stand for, but I guess the 1.80 would be the short reload, and the 2.40 would be the long reload. And if you compare those numbers to the M39 and the SKS, you can clearly see that the M417 comes up on top. And you know, to me, I think that's a win-win situation here. Although the SKS is actually better at hip firing, I think you can just slap on the laser sight on the M417 and still be able to do the same kind of hip firing, but except you have a high damage to do it with. So I think that the M417 is a win-win gun. All right. So that's it for this video, guys. Go ahead and subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you're gonna do. Just try and give me some feedback, okay? I want to know what you guys think. That's what matters. I'm doing this for you guys, so it's really gonna be helpful if you guys help me out, tell me where I'm lacking, and what you'd like to see in the next video. Okay, so other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.